I guess the surprise would be, SmackDown, but I don't think he spent a lot of time playing Simplex, really. A lot of people were putting time into Onyx, so
yeah,
I'm sure
it's unfortunate that we had a little bit of a malfunction here on Friday for Onyx, but we still are continuing the free-for-all with Simplex, a little bit different of a spawn system and everything.
I feel bad for people that have to play Ambush tomorrow, because I got to imagine Eric's pissed, and I think he's going to be bringing it tomorrow even harder than he was planning.
Yeah, he takes everything pretty seriously, especially in losing. So right now we are hopping on board with Penguin. Just to kind of round off the rest of the free-for-all, we have Capital, Crazy, actually 2 teammates, and then Chaser, Reflex, APG, Daily, and it's either, I believe it's D-Res.
D-Res. I'll take APG, you can have the field.
Damn. Well, it looks like Lethal is taking APG as well. Honestly, I would still take APG because I've watched APG play Simplex enough to realize that he's just like an Energizer Bunny, man. He just is going and going and going.
I've been playing a lot lately and played with everybody, and Brad is just one guy that makes me feel terrible about myself after I play against him. He's a beast.
And that's something that I've always admired about him, is that he's always has this really efficient play style. He's never still. He's always, if he right there, I just saw him grab a quick little kill and then he's sprinting again. As soon as a play can be made, he's not standing still. He's always moving.
Well, that's
around.
why there were some people that I know this is going back in time a bit, but when Ambush made the trade for Ola, some people were concerned just because Ola obviously is a beast, by many considered the best in the game, but he's a little more of a cerebral player, smarter, very good at surviving, obviously. But Brad's just aggressive and just crushes people. People were worried about what it would do to their kind of dynamic, but obviously it's worked out.
Yeah, I remember watching him at Pittsburgh and watching him on Haven. The rest of his team is hovering around Mohawk, and he's just out there bottom open ramp by himself dominating. It's just there's nothing you can do. This guy's flying at you 120 miles an hour, and you have to learn how to stop him down with a 4-shot, hopefully. But it doesn't happen more often than not.
No, I think he's definitely. I can't see. I was going to say, we almost had a score up there for a second. It's tough, in old times, we'd have it up there permanently for a little while for us, but now since you can check the depth cams, we got to see it real quick in that 1 second we have.
We'll start requesting some of these players to hit the back button a little bit more often. But with that said, we're still on board with Penguin. He's doing a pretty good job of holding, one of those top levels, but it looks like he's still in 5th. He's only 2 kills away from 1st, but it's a massive difference in placing.
Yeah, and Penguin, he's a guy I played online a couple times. Strong player. I know Capital, I've never really played with him, but he was, I believe, started to get some viewers there for the comedic part of it, but that big Sud 2v2 that everyone was watching, I think it was against Capital, and I don't know, actually, I don't remember who his teammate was at the time, but
XL, maybe Crazy, or
it might have been one of them. I remember because Capital was playing some Capital Sud or something, and it was humorous.
He was at Pittsburgh. He was actually a very impressive player.
Yeah, he's a local guy here, I imagine, since he was at the that Battlefield Knox tournament. So I would think he's local.
Well, that's good for him. He's doing very well. I think that we're gonna switch it over to APG just to see how he's doing right now. But APG is really holding it down. So we're gonna go over to APG's screen.
Coordinating a screen switch.
And
all right,
there we are. And
it looks like he's down. Oh no, he's actually in the lead.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. I guess as the yellow player, I've never.
And you'll get to see here. He just plays.
Look at that, just running around.
He plays very fast.
You don't even know how he got to
people.
bottom middle, but now he's got a scatter shot. It's almost like he spawned there, but no, he just ran there in around. Pretty much 2 seconds flat. Ooh, a couple misses. Maybe he's not the best scatter shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess
we hopped to Bradley, and that happens.
All right, sorry, Brad. 2 minutes from now, he might have another chance at redeeming himself, but until then, he's got to start playing a little bit better. still holding it down with the BR though, putting in some good shots on Crazy, but wow, I think Crazy's got his number. We might see a little bit of a rivalry here.
Yeah.
he just got outshot
twice, yeah.
The last
it's confusing me seeing all that. They're not changing the tag, so we still have Absolutely's tag here, I believe, that APG is playing with.
That was just a fantastic nade. That was one of the hardest angles to hit.
Poor Yoshi.
Throw a frag grenade that doesn't bounce on the grenade. Ooh, two-shot beatdown.
Gotta love the two-shot.
Every time I see it, it warms my heart.
Makes me so happy.
Thank you, 343, for putting that in and listening to
number of times
us.
that I've, left shot and whacked and left somebody one shot before this update. It was like mind-numbing. So it's very nice.
I mean, I thought it was pretty basic. It's why am I gonna go for the 3-shot beatdown if I can just go for the 4 shots? Well, now we got the 2-shot beatdown. You don't have to make that decision. You just, it's a very easy call to make.
And that was one that kind of came down to the wire as far as the title update. Because I know before you guys went out, I don't think that was going to be in it.
It was correct. It was not in the build. And I know that Saucy, Swords, myself, Ninja, Tashi, we all made our cases for the 2-shot beatdown while we were out there. And thankfully, it I guess went through in the second build, got some testing, and was deemed actually the right thing to do. So thankfully, we had 343 and Quindo Hoyle and the rest of the guys over there implemented before we saw, like the next weapon update.
It just wouldn't have really made sense to be a 3-shot beatdown once a 4-shot kill.
I thought the same thing, but
I'm glad,
I guess they agreed
finally.
So good for that.
Well, and that's one of the great things, a lot of us kind of had questions on, the leadership there, kind of with multiplayer. But ever since Quinn's been there, it seems he has a good kind of ear to you guys.
Yeah, he's definitely been listening
to see what changes need to be done.
Bit. We have the 4-shot BR, we have the 2-shot beatdown, we have the 7-shot carbine, and even now we have the 10% speed increase on every single playlist, which is something that Team Throwdown has had since the beginning, and we're even now seeing, Haven, Abandon, Adrift. We're seeing a lot of the weapon locations resemble the ones in Team Throwdown. So they are taking a bunch of notes, I feel like, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, me too. I think overall, I haven't heard a ton of complaints. Everything's been really positive that I've heard from your just kind of amateur players or to your top pros.
Yep. And so we still have APG. I guess he's not really a fan of the ordinances just yet, but he's doing a good job staying alive. I haven't really seen many people control Pink 1, but somehow he's doing it.
He doesn't have time for ordinance. There's too much running to do.
It's hysterical. I mean, this guy, he spawns, and it's like he has a sprint button that reacts before he spawns.
But I never see him. He never really gets punished that bad for his sprinting. He's just, I don't know, it helps to be smart. But
and
he's aggressive.
The guy is a film nut. I mean, we all are familiar. We know Kobe Bryant watches film like crazy.
Yeah.
We know that Peyton Manning watches film like crazy. APG is that guy.
I didn't realize that.
I know back in the day that Neighbor and a couple other players, even some T-Squared as well, were very, very big on watching film, but now those guys have kind of stepped out of the limelight.
Yeah.
APG has stepped in, and I can't tell you enough, this guy, he's probably seen every single one of every player's live streams. He watches it at lunch and eats like sandwiches while watching every replay. I mean, the guy is
That's great, though. It's not going to hurt him.
Yeah, it'll never hurt, and I mean, again, he's 6-kill lead because of it.
Half of Halo is just coming down to split-second decisions and what's going to happen in a certain battle. And the more you play against certain people, or the more you watch it, whether it's on a stream
Correct.
or watching like VODs, it's
and the thing is here is you're playing this free for all. It is in your best interest to you got a death. Well, get it out of your head. You got a new life, you need to play better. But when you have the film, you can go back and kind of take 10 minutes on one of the decisions you made and try and figure out what to do next time instead of just writing it off.
That's why I love to watch. I'll love to watch Pistola stream or watch his games after the fact. Is even a lot of the top players, you'll lose them for a bit, they disappear, but you kind of, to a degree, predict what they're going to do. I swear, the second Ola disappears, I know I'm not seeing him again until I'm dead. Maddening.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. Hopefully we can see APG hit the back button right now, because I'm really curious about where... Oh, there we go. APG holding it down for us. I think you just heard the shout-out. Thank you, Bradley, for doing that.
That was pretty spot on there.
That was almost perfect.
Yeah.
But I mean, the guys are always listening to music. There he is, holding it down again, dude. Hats off to APG.
Yeah.
Woo.
Thank you, Bradley.
Our back button champion right there. Oh, and we see a little bit of the AR. And it looks like Dr. Yost just took some down.
Yeah, it's getting a little tight at the top. He had a pretty healthy lead, at least 3 to 5 for the past couple minutes, but it's getting tight.
Yep. Going back and forth a little bit in the lower ranks as well. So I'm curious. We talked a bit about Capital. Let's switch it. I'd like to switch it over to Capital screen and see what he's doing. And hopefully we can get that here in a little bit. But right now we're just gonna stick on APG for a bit.
And for those of you just tuning in, I know just from hearing from Brad, the viewers have been spiking, starting to grow. Retweet the stream. Tell your friends, and for those that don't know, there is the open bracket going on as well right now, but what you're going to be seeing here is the top 16 teams are currently playing in a free-for-all. Has nothing to do with seeding or anything like that. It's purely for money and bragging rights, and I think we're just about to get through the first round.
Yeah, and we just switched it over to Capital now. He's suddenly becoming kind of a common name here in the Halo community. He's a very good 4v4 player and seemingly a good free-for-all player as well.
We need Brad to pull up the score for us again.
APG, not yet. APG is definitely our back button master. He's been helping us and guiding us along the way. Oh, and it looks like a hologram just didn't do any justice right there for him.
I've seen a couple of guys. I've never been a big fan of the hologram.
I'm so glad this guy just picked up the AR. I want to see sauce, man.
See, I'm a big Heartlight Shield fan, but Heartlight Shield in a free-for-all doesn't really matter. There's no real need to use it at all.
I've come to realize is that when you get in, a battle, a BR battle, and, maybe you take those 2 shots, right? You guys both take the 2 shots. When you whip out the Heartlight Shield, the person will always take 2 more shots and then throw a grenade. So what I've been doing is I'll put out the Heartlight Shield in the middle of a battle, wait for the 2 shots, and then instantly put it back, and I'll get the jump on them while they're throwing the grenade. And it's like, it's almost like science.
Now and then, if they try to shoot you, they shoot the shield, ricochets, and kills them. It's like the new BXR.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
that's pretty. I gotta try that one out, dude. I saw your Heartlight Shield
with
play
the rocket
on APK.
That was
post screen. I know you're probably.
I almost quit out of the game. I was laughing so hard. Like, it was just so. I didn't know you could do that.
And because of that, I actually had many people contact me saying take out the Heartlight Shield
because the rocket
of your play. And you know what?
I think that's more reason to have it.
Well, that's the thing is that we've had the Heartlight Shield and the rest of these ordinances in since January, or even since probably December, and I've been waiting for these types of plays to happen. Sure enough, 6 months down the road, 5 months down the road, one play with the rocket finally happens, and people think it's ridiculous.
Imagine if that happened on main stage during the finals or something.
That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
I couldn't believe it happened. It was just so funny.
You see that with the railgun, it happens as well.
Yeah.
It's
but
not
for
as
those
serious.
of you that haven't seen the video or don't know what we're talking about, we learned the other day that if you use the Heartlight Shield, someone shoots a rocket not at the floor but at you and hits the shield, it will deflect.
Yeah, so if you're curious about the C display, I'm sure you can look it up on YouTube. Check out, Maven.
It's like Maven owns APK or something like that.
So, I mean, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, the rocket happens to reflect and basically drill him in the face. It's pretty priceless.
Yeah, it's a cool little play. But now we're crunching down to this, minute 20 seconds left, and I think that APG is finally giving up the lead a little bit. It looks like he's giving it up to who was that?
I'm not sure who Matt is because the tags haven't really been changed too much.
I know that's Formal's previous tag, but that's obviously not Formal playing now. So we still have Capital kind of bringing it in, but
it's funny to see the range of kills.
I want to see APG screen real quick. I want to see how he's going to finish this one out.
But yeah, we've seen some games where they've been like this, kind of high 40s that they'll end at. And it looks like APG is still tied here for first. Ooh. And then Miquin, I heard, had 65, 64. That's a big difference between 48 from 48.
It's almost like in basketball, you have those defensive struggles, and then you have the games where someone has 112 points.
Yeah. So, it looks like it's Penguin that's Matt. He just took over the lead, I believe, from APG, but they're neck and neck.
And that's actually who we started off the game with, was Penguin, and he wasn't doing too hot in the beginning. I don't really agree with Was that a scatter shot or was that a light rifle? I couldn't even tell.
There's actually been times where like I thought I've been got with a light rifle. I'm like, okay, I'm good, and then it turns out it's a scatter shot. It doesn't end well.
And wow, it looks like there's 3 people tied up in first place. I'm curious to see who's going to win this one. I know that they're all going to advance, but
3 seconds left.
It was a daily APG.
Oh, it was Yoshi that actually took over first.
Yeah.
So I think it was Yoshi, Penguin, APG,
Wow.
and we'll have to see who got
Dr.
fourth.
Yoshi. Or
Dr.
excuse me, I
Daly.
guess his tag is now Dr. Daly, but we just saw APG really hold it down for the entire game, and then and obviously get third in advance. So
Should have taken the field, I guess.
Ah, man, I guess I don't know. I still don't feel.
Yeah, it looks
that was
like
the right call.
yeah, Crazy rounds out the top 4.
Yeah, so we have Crazy, we have Penguin, Daly, and APG who advanced from that round. Definitely a very nice display of some just